Hello everybody. Angie here. I'm coming on to do my finale and finished video for our working on a whim, working with two file folders and creating a project with it. We have got this just about done and I thought we would knock it out today. I thank you guys for being so patient and watching the videos. And here is what we have left. I have very little pieces of my digital that I have been working with. And all I have left is this little strip. All right, and this is what we've got, this little really cute folio. Isn't that nice? We'll go through the whole thing as soon as we're done. But when I ended the video last time, I had this little piece left over and I thought, you know what? This would be perfect. And it already had the fold in it. And I thought this would be perfect just to make like a little closure like this. Now, I'm just giving you an idea, okay? And I was challenging myself on this project just to see how much of the two file folders I could use, if I could actually use up the entirety of the two file folders. Keep the integrity of the file folders. I've done that with the flaps and so forth. And yeah, just making a nice folio project. So, what I kind of originally thought, let's get right into this, guys, okay? I'm sorry. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing okay. Okay, but what I was thinking was just keeping it simple and doing like a Velcro closure, and that would be really perfect for a project like this. You could use buttons, you could use a tie, silk, whatever you want to do. You can even do like a belly band kind of thing. But like I said, I'm just trying to use up the two file folders. But then I got to thinking, let's do something just a slightly bit different, okay? I don't even have any more book page left over, so I was going through one of my Reader's Digest books. I pulled out a couple pieces of paper, just random pieces of paper, but it got me to thinking because I wasn't sure how I wanted to decorate this folio, and I ran across a few images, and I thought, you know what, for a project like this, these images, they're so random and vintage, and I thought, you know what, that would be perfect to put as some decorative pieces on a piece like this, you know, like this one. Cut that out, and that could be the cover of maybe a tablet or something like that, or cover of a, you know, a journal card, things like that. So I tore a couple pages out, just kind of give you guys an idea. If that's something that maybe you don't know what to do with some Reader's Digest images. I mean, look at that. They're colorful. They're hand-drawn. I mean, I just think they're perfect for so many things. But I thought that might give you an idea. Okay? So with that being said, let's work on this. Now, I don't want to leave that blank. And all I have left are these little scraps. So let's just cover it up with what I've got. And I think I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper here somewhere, if I can find one. Oh, we'll use this. This is just a piece of recycled packaging. All right, so I'm just going to cover the whole thing, and we'll cut it down or use the whole thing or whatever. All right. And it has been really fun doing this project. I'll tell you, I love, well, I can't say it enough. I've already said it several times, but I love doing projects like these. I really do, because they're unique each and every time, you know? And for me this time, the challenge was, of course, using up two file folders. Just see how many flips and folds and you know, pockets and just different things I can work into this piece. And I think I've achieved a nice flow, so to speak, you know. All right, get that covered up, turned off. And I thought we'd do like a, I don't know what you want to call it, kind of, I'm thinking like a kind of like a belt loop type of a closure, I guess you could call it. And I did not grab my ink. Okay, let me grab my ink real quick. And that looks pretty dark. I think I was using ground espresso, if I remember correctly. I tried to clean off my desk a little bit the other day, and I put everything away. But looking at my desk now, you, you couldn't tell it was cleaned. I've been trying to work on organizational skills. You know, every springtime I try to reorganize and clean and, you know, go through things. And it's always a mess before it gets better. You know what I mean? And that's the stage I'm at right now. I've just got little bits and piles and pieces and stuff everywhere. Okay, so I like that. See? Isn't that nice? I think that would be really, really nice. But I don't think we necessarily need that whole piece behind there. I don't know. It might be good just for security, I guess. Just to have that extra, you know, stability and, you know, make it really secure. So I guess we could probably just leave it. But I need something to loop it through. So what I was thinking there is I have a whole bunch of die cuts, and they're actually the, I guess you would call the negative pieces of a die cut. All these little, when you're cutting out squares and such, or little frames, I have a pile of these little offcuts that I keep, you know, try and use them to cut them in handy. And it made me think of those because they're just about the size I need to kind of loop that under. See that? And that gray is actually half bad. But let's see what other colors we have that we can use. Could do the black. It's not bad. See how this, no. I don't think these kind of wild colors will work too well, do you? Let's see. And we can always put something over it. I mean, you know, we're just using these up. Oh, this is nice. Ooh, I kind of like that. Kind of like that color. Looks like that's all I've got. Kind of a lighter green. Another one of those. A little bit more pinky though. These are kind of a peach, almost like a coral color. I kind of like that. Okay, well, let's hold on to that. I'll keep the gray one also. We could use it just as a base because this is cut out of a kind of a good heavy cardstock. I'm thinking like right about there. Leave a little bit of room. It's a good size, actually. It's a really good size. I kind of like just that little pop of color. Like, see that right there? It kind of goes with it a little bit. What do you think? I think I'll do too thick. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to glue these down together. Maybe. There we go, get it started. yeah, I think like a Velcro closure would work really good with this project. And simplifies it, makes it really quick and easy for you as well. But just a couple pieces of scrap paper work just fine also. And I like that, just a little pop of color. Yep, let's go with that. And I'm gonna try and glue this back piece down really, really well. I'm using art glitter glue, so I'm very confident it will work as long as I give it time to dry. Don't fiddle with it too much. I think we will be fine. And I'm going to come right up to the edge of the tab portion there and put it down. Try and get it straight, I guess. Huh? There we go. That looks really nice. Okay. Now that's plain on that side. I didn't think about that side. Let's use a little piece of book page. Could leave it blank if you chose to, but I think having it covered would be better. Okay, just trim that up. Okay, that's just some book page. Throw a little ink on this side. Okay, and just to kind of do something here, I think I want to put a strip of this paper that I have left on here. Just a little something, just to mix it up. So let's put a little glue on the bottom here. Just like that. I like it. Okay. Do I want to do another piece up here maybe? Nope, just like that. Okay. Now let's find our other piece here. Put a little ink on that. And that's nice and sturdy too with the two pieces. And I don't know, should I cut this out? Let's see how big that would be. I'm going to cut this down. Will that fit in there? Just about. Let's do it. I like it. Yes. Okay, let's throw a little ink on that. Let's put that down. Try to center that. Okay. And I think I want that kind of across both papers. I don't want it too far over here, I don't think. I don't think that looks good. So I'm gonna bring it to about right there. And I'm gonna leave that off for the moment. Put glue on the top and the bottom. Okay, right about there. Okay, let's hold that for a minute. Just need it there. Okay. Give that a second to dry before we test it. I like it. Okay, guys. Officially, the folio is complete. Now all we have to do is just, dress it up and do some decorating. But I used the entirety of 2 file folders, guys. How about that? Let's walk through this, and then we'll go from there. This is all I have left as far as my digitals, too. A couple little pieces. Maybe I can even use those. All right. So we've got like a kind of, I call it like a belt loop closure. There we go. Look at that. It is in size, roughly, including the tab, about 6 by 8 1/4. Okay. Maybe a little over 1/4 inch thick. Okay. You open it up. You've got the opening flap. Okay. Which opens to there. Then that brings you to a little flip out page there that you could dress up and do whatever you want with. Okay, it's got just a little kind of like a tab closure there. Okay, here on this page, you've got a narrow little tuck spot here. Okay, tuck something in, and that's just a little flap, and another little tuck spot on this side. Okay, then when you come to the second page, it's a double pocket, houses 2 journaling cards, and those still need to be decorated. Okay, then when you come over to this side, you've got a little decorative belly band. Okay, put a little lace. Okay, we just tuck that in temporarily just to hold that, show that's a belly band. Then the next page, you flip it, and then you flip it again. Okay, and then here we've got a double-sided, let me use one of these journal cards for the moment. And when you open this, you've got a nice big pocket here, another pocket tuck spot there. Okay, and then this is a flip out there. Put something pretty there, put whatever you want to there. That's your closure for that. And then you've got this beautiful back page here. Okay, so then it closes, and it closes, and that is the back. Look at that, guys. Oh, I love it. Look at that. So let's count. When you open it up, you've got 1 flip out page. Let's see, 1 flip out page, 2 flip, 3 flip, double page flip there, and another flip there. So what is that, 5? And then for pockets, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. You've got a belly band. So 2 flip pages, 4 pockets, a belly band, and some interactive pages and pieces as well. I don't think that's too shabby, guys. I don't think that's shabby at all. I love it. And then these journal cards, I said I was going to trim those down just a little bit because it's still a little snug. So let's just trim like 1/8 of an inch or so off of those, because that's only going to get more difficult when you decorate these. It's even going to make the journal cards a little bit thicker. So just a little bit slenderer will definitely help. Okay. Oops, just bumped the camera. My apologies. Okay. So then those should go in there just a little bit easier. And once you've gone, yeah, much easier. Look at that. Okay. And you could even go to keep the integrity, like I've been trying to do, of the file folders. Put a little file folder tab on those as well. That would be really cute. Okay. And just use, you know, regular paper for that. That's really cute. All right. Well, for decorating, I really hadn't thought too much about how I wanted to proceed with that, but I did grab some just chipboard pieces, and I thought since those were vintage, I would take a peek and see what I had in there and see if there's something that would tie in with this. So let's just kind of take a look. You know, like, there's a pretty good variety of those. Let's see. Now that I've got that color on there, Be a Dreamer. I like that. Kind of like that. Measure Your Life in Smiles. That's really nice too. I like that a lot. Here's a little postcard. Maybe we could use that one. Create Something Beautiful. Oh, I think this is beautiful, so we definitely got to use that in there somewhere. Share What Makes Your Soul Shine. I like that little phrase. Let's see. Well, now we're getting into some greens and kind of getting off of the color palette that I wanted to kind of stick with. Focus on the good. That's a good one. Kind of like that corner piece there. Cherish Each Day. I like that. Let's see. Well, there are definitely possibilities here, but I don't know. Do I want to go with maybe one of the images? Maybe that small one? Let me fold it down just to kind of get an idea of the size. And I can trim it if I decide to use it. Kind of doesn't look bad right there. but we could put it maybe on this inner flap, I'm thinking. Have a little something right there. Yeah, let's go for that. I like it. I'm just gonna, to strengthen that, I'll just leave that piece on there. Glue that down. A little ink. Yeah. And I'm thinking maybe like a word label or something. You know, this flap, you can easily add another pocket to here, whatever you want to do. I think I've got enough flips and stuff on there already. I want a couple pretty elements in there, you know. So I'm thinking maybe I could use this. No, it's kind of a large piece, a little bit too big. Okay. Let's see about one of these small pieces here. Cherish each day. I like that. Create something beautiful. Let's put that right down there. Finish that off with a little ink. You know, your folio could be theme related, decorated in a theme. You know, this is kind of a thing, vintage, but, you know, completely up to you. I like that. They're creating something. Look, they're really looking over some documents or some plans or building plans, who knows. Okay, I like that. Let me see what I have on my desk here. Oh, there was that butterfly, so to tie that in, I've got a couple butterflies here. Let's see. Got 3 of them. How about that? Let's see what we got here. We could put something, oh, and then this. I forgot to, this is a pocket here, as well as a flip up, kind of like a hidden writing space there. We forgot about that one. Darn it, Angie. Look at that, guys. Ah, we've just got a whole bunch of goodness in there. Okay, so we could put a couple butterflies here. We could put that, oh, that one looks nice. Let's put that one. Put a little ink on the edges. Just a bit. Now I'm just keeping this really simple, guys, and I'm moving kind of quickly. But I want to keep the decorating, I think, fairly to a minimum, you know. And this is even a good size where you can put it in your purse, you know, or something like that if you wanted to have it with you. Use it for work, whatever you want to do. That is nice. I like that. Now I think that needs a label, but I don't have one. I don't think. There's a number label, but I don't think that will. Let's go for it. But as I was saying, a project like this for myself, I would keep decorating kind of to a minimum just because there's so much involved in it. You know, you don't really need a whole lot of decorating. Yes, I like that. And I love that page. Okay, feel like we need something there. Do we put another butterfly? I'd have to cut off his wings. And that one is just huge. Nope. Why don't we just put that there? Yes, I like that. And I do have some lace here as well. And I use this lace, but it's not, well, I used this lace. Here's a little bit left. We could incorporate a little bit more since we've got these small pieces on the belly band. We could incorporate a little bit more, just kind of, oh, let's do that right there. Kind of have a nice flow, you know. Let's do that. Perfect. Okay, I like that. And as far as these pockets here, I'm gonna have to leave those blank right now until I can find some more paper that's gonna work nicely with this. For this pocket, we can use this piece, or let's just use some book page. Let's use this piece that I just tore off. I'm not gonna measure. We're just gonna, we're working on a whim. That's what this video is called, guys. Working on a whim. Okay, oh, I think I want that jagged edge on this side. So let me glue this first. Okay, now where's my glue? I think I want to put a little ink on here. Okay, and then put that down. Oh, doesn't quite make it, but that's okay, because I still have a couple pieces of scrap. Not that that's a big deal, but this is going to be the, well, we have to decide if I want this to be the front or the back, don't I? And I don't necessarily want that title, so I'm just going to use this piece and run that right across there. Simple. Okay. And we've got a quick tag, journal card, writing spot, whatever we want to use this for. Okay, so let's bring this back in. And how about that? I folded it large enough so it'll fit. There we go. Now, do I want to make that into a tag shape? What do you guys think? Yeah? I don't think so. I think I like that just like that. But we need something on there. So let's see. Should we put that on there? Since I got them out, we might as well use them. Oops. There we go. Easy peasy. There we go. And then I can always add a little piece of blank paper on there for writing, which I don't have currently, but that can come later. I think I like the idea of that jagged tear. Let me just kind of tear it a little bit more. I like that. There we go. How about that, guys? Very cute. I like it. Okay, and then there's our writing spot there. We've got our little flip out there with a little decorative element on there. Oops, it's not glued very well. Let's reinforce that. And this. Okay. Much better. Okay. Pocket, pocket, pocket with our flip out hidden writing space. We've got our belly band, and then we just tuck that in there. That's a little coffee dyed paper with a double pocket page there. Kind of like that. We're going to leave that, I think, for the moment. Now, that might look nice on there. Since we got a little bit of a butterfly thing going on, why don't we put that down? Or do I want to use the rest of this? No. Yep, let's do it. Just have a little something on each page. Okay. Let's see, right about there. And we're going to put that all the way down. Let his wings remain out. And I'm going to grab a, let's see, use a pen. I'm actually going to draw his antennas, or whatever you want to call those little things. His feelers. Very cute. Okay. Coming back to here. I feel like this side needs a little something. I think that might get in the way of this little tuck spot there, though. I better not mess with that. And I think we should put something, a little image, something there. Oh, you know what? Let's put this down a little, and it can be a little pocket there. This is a nice little sturdy chipboard piece. We can add another little last minute pocket. So I'll glue down these three sides. I'm not going to bring it all the way down to the bottom. Okay, and then this can go in there, this little postcard. I love it. How about that? Okay. Then we got tuck spot, tuck spot. Okay. Well, that, guys, is done. That's done. I'm just looking over little pieces where it needs a little bit of glue. Maybe, oh, let's do a little inking around the outer edge as well, because there's still some spots that I know can use a little ink. Let's just go all the way around the outer edges. Want it to look finished and complete. So let's do that. Pardon all my flips. And let's pull these out. Hit the edge there. This side. Top. Okay, this one. All right. A little here. I think I got it all, guys. Let's see. Don't. And, oh, there's one. It's right here. A little there. That closes. That closes. That closes. Oh, the back. Can't forget about the back. Okay. I think we got it all. And I just saw, hold on, thought I saw. Let me look at my little charm thing here. There was, a couple days ago, oh, this one. Let me look at this one. Yeah, it had some keys and things like that, little charms. Maybe we could put a couple charms on here. Oh, I like that. Okay. What about this is our closure. What about maybe this right there? I like it. Let's do that. And this kind of fell off of another project, and I didn't want to throw it away, so I thought I'd keep it. And I'm glad I did, because it's getting a new home. Get that nice and straight. Oops. Okay, I have to hold that till that glues down. And decide, do I want it to dangle or do I want to glue that down? I think I want to glue it down. like that. Okay, do I want to use this key? It might be a little much, huh? Does that look good together? No. Okay, well, I think I want to stop there. I feel little bits and pieces here and there, but nothing that I can pinpoint at the moment. Give that time to catch well. Okay, guys, what do you think? I'm gonna call that done. I think I want something on here though. Do I have something small? What about this other kind of coral looking? Kind of tie it in with that. Maybe use this somewhere. In here somewhere. I feel like I need to use it. I feel like I need to use it, guys. Where do I want to put it? Maybe just on here to kind of go in with this. I feel like I wish I had one more butterfly for some reason. Oh, you know what? I got it, guys. I got it. I got it. I'm going to use it as pull tabs for these two journal cards right here. So if I cut this in half, the long way or the short way? I think the short way, huh? Let's see how that will look. And then fold them in half again. There we go. And then this one. And if I'm careful, maybe I can fold them into file folder shapes. What do you guys think? Or should I just keep it simple like that? I kind of like it. But I want to use this is all I have left. So we're gonna do this. There we go. And then a piece of book page on the other edge. Let's see. We're winging this, guys, okay? We're winging it. So I need to tear it. That'll work. A little ink. Down we go. I wasn't sure if I was going to tuck this under, but since I'm not, I can put a little more glue on there. Okay, let's put this down. Just as quick and easy as that. And I don't know where I'm at on time. I'm having so much fun with this. I didn't even look at the time. Let's check that. See where we're at. Oh yeah, I'm over my 45 minutes, guys. I usually try to keep my... We're going to finish these 2 journal cards, and then we're going to call this one done. But you can see just how much fun you can have. Oh my goodness. I mean, we just in this little decorating process, we ended up adding another pocket. Okay, let's do this other one real quick. Where's my other piece of paper? Okay, let's put that down. And I do want this decorative piece to overlap. Since we made the book page overlap on this one, I want the digital print to overlap on this one. So I need to put a little ink on here. And then we'll put some paper down. So let me cut that to size. I think I measured that good enough. Pull that back, and then we can just tear that right off. There we go. Okay. That's down. And we got matching journal cards. I do want to have them in the same spot on the same, so I'm going to line these up best I can. Like that. And I'll worry about the back side another time because we're out of time, guys. Okay. But I think I nailed it working with 2 file folders. I've got a really, really nice multi-flip interactive folio. If this is something you like, please go back to video 1 and start and make your own. But as you get going, trust me, you are going to want to make multiple. because they're so versatile and you can change them up in so many ways. That is a lot of fun. Look at that. Okay, how cute. Little matching pieces there. I like that. And the little color, little pop of color. Very nice. Okay, guys. Voila. Oh, all done. All right, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope you guys liked the project. 2 file folders we made into, what did I say? About a 6 by 8 1/4 inch multi-flip, multifunctional, interactive folio. Very slender, very sleek, very nice, and very useful. All right, guys, that's what I've got. Thank you so very much for stopping by my channel. If you found something of value, please hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment, leave me a like, let me know what you think of the finished project. But as always, take care, God bless, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.